Today, we're actually going directly into a live hacking exercise together. So I hope you guys like the refreshing change, but if you guys do or do not, please let me know so that I know how to change the sessions for you. So my screen should have changed to a computer, a remote computer. And I believe I can see that, but if you guys don't see it, just let me know. Okay, so on this particular remote computer, let's say I have gotten my hands on local admin rights. What do I do next? Because just local admin rights for me are not enough, right? I want, if I am a cyber attacker, right, a cyber criminal, I want to launch a large scale attack on your environment, not just a small one computer encrypted or anything like that, because that doesn't help me in making you pay me money or me selling this access further online, right? We're gonna talk about that in a few moments. So I'm on this computer, right? The next step, and I'll stop my camera so that you guys can see the computer full screen, right? So that we can have a nice experience over here. So I am on this computer right now, and if I am on this computer, I want to start making some noise on the computer so that I can deploy an attack. So I have local admin rights on your computer. I will open command prompt on this computer. Of course, I have the credentials here for the local admin. Now, with this little box, administrator command prompt, there's so much that you can do. We could even spend 5 hours of just doing demonstrations of what somebody could do by having this. But we don't have 5 hours, and we don't block 5 hours of your time. So what we will do, we will just do this. I'll show you a simple example of what an attacker does in the moment that they get the local admin rights. They try to get some more items out of this. So what I'll do is I will extract what is called a memory dump, an LSAS memory dump. What is this? Basically, the LSAS is a security service. It's actually not a security service. It's the security service that stores a lot of valuable information that an attacker could leverage them against you. So what I'm doing is I'm extracting a memory dump from this security service in Windows. And when I do this, in this moment, I have a dump completed. I have 80 megabytes of data written in 0.5 seconds. And in these 80 megabytes, I have passwords in hashed form of all the users that ever logged in on this machine and that are still stored in the memory of the computer. Now, what do I do next? I'll just open this file, and the attacker can even do it outside of your computer. They can exfiltrate the information. So I'll take this particular dump file. I'll move to it in a second. Okay, this is the file that I'm looking for, right? I'll take this file out of here, and then I'll put it in another program that can interpret the file, right? Which is called Mimikatz. You'll find a lot of tutorials on the web, and that's actually a problem because in today's world, it's so easy to hack because at the end of the day, hacking is advertised everywhere. So I am now in Mimikatz, which is a known credential harvesting program. Now, what I will do is have Mimikatz open that security dump. Okay, now I am in the dump file. My next step, and guys, please follow along and see how easy it is for me to do this, right? It's not rocket science. In this moment, guys, what you're seeing here on the screen are all the authentications that have been performed on this computer and were still stored in this particular folder file, right? So if the memory would have been wiped, the random access memory, the RAM memory, this would have not been stored. But the problem is we don't shut down our computers. And this is stored in the memory. We have over 90 logins over here. And the first one that shows is actually an administrator login. So what do I do now? I have two options as an attacker right now. My first option is to try to crack the hash. And these are tools out there which have a lot of so-called rainbow tables. A rainbow table is basically hashes stored and their counterparts in real characters from your keyboard. So if you have a complex password, 10 characters, uppercase, lowercase, number, symbol, I will take about maximum 8 hours if I have enough computing power to crack this password, right? Now, do I actually need to crack the password? I do see some very savvy professionals in the audience. Professionals, this is a question for you all. Do I actually need to go to the extent and effort to crack this hash and to have the real password? Just put a yes or no in the chat for me, please. Yen is saying, no, you do not. Anybody else? What are your opinions on this? Anthony is coming and saying, no. Matt, nope. Jens, no. And all of these guys that just responded are totally right. There is a phenomena called pass the hash. What does that mean? You know how your browser has cookies, right? It knows your preferences so that the speed of processing is faster so that your experience is better, right? There's also a thing in the operating system, the Windows operating system, which we all love, we cannot be without, but it is the most vulnerable out of all the systems out there. And that technique is called pass the hash. What does that mean? So Windows will not need your password for the second login attempt. If it already seen your password once, you can just give it the NTLM hash. So just with this, in this moment, I have the user, I have the domain, and I have the NTLM hash. In this moment, ladies and gentlemen, I can literally use your administrator password. What if this particular administrator is the administrator of the entire domain and I have 10,000 computers? Guess what happens then? This particular login that I have just obtained will allow me to deploy malware in all your 10,000 computers. Of course, I will not deploy malware at the beginning. I will do a lot of other actions prior to that so that I can ensure, and again, guys, I'm talking hypothetically, I am not a hacker, nor will I ever be. I'm actually on the good guys side. But basically, if I was a cyber attacker right now, I would make sure that my attack delivers the maximum blow possible. So that's why we will do some actions that I will show you in the next slides and see exactly why do they delay putting the ransomware on your computer.